at this point. Life has been so busy, and I would just use all the opportunities that I have, and that I have the mental space and energy to pick up the camera, like not literally pick up the camera, pick up my mic and iPhone to film something. So actually, funny enough, I think in the background, a couple of Chinese students are having a sort of party in my dorm. I hope you can't hear them. I think you probably would not, because in the past, every time I worried that this mic might pick up some noise, it actually didn't. So I think that's a good part. Yeah. So this week has been quite busy as usual. I had already gotten used to the routine in dermatology, and this has been my third week working in dermatology, and our clinic is quite big, so there are all different type of departments inside it, and I am going to be here where I am right now for 4 weeks, and then I would go downstairs to another part of the clinic, which basically where I'm now, they are treating patients with not so bad prognosis, or like not so difficult skin conditions, whereas downstairs they deal with more difficult to treat skin conditions, for example melanoma in advanced stages, and also the working culture downstairs is kind of not that, I don't know how to express it. Like basically they work very long hours. They usually work from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m., which if you also work in the healthcare system, I think it's like an open secret. Everybody knows that young residents or junior doctors work like unreasonable hours, that you don't actually get paid for your hours, that you stay extra in the clinic. But it's kind of like if you want to show that you are motivated, if you want to keep the job, and if you want to advance in your career, then you have to put in the extra hours. But usually it is not required from medical students in the last year to stay as long. In other departments that I went to, like they would ask you to stay 8 hours max for on a daily basis. And if there are very interesting cases, obviously you can choose to stay, but it's like not a regular thing to stay from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. So to be honest, I'm not very excited to transfer downstairs. That's one aspect. And then this week we have some students from the fifth year of medical school with us in the department, so we were like so packed with the students, and therefore every individual person also didn't have many tasks to do. So for example, for many jobs you would need a computer, and one of my colleagues who also just finished med school had told me that when she was like last year medical student, there was like only we actually have 3 colleagues, and me and sometimes other medical students from, like I said, 5th year or 4th year, and so we don't have many things to do, and they usually just ask us to go around 3 and 4 o'clock, which is kind of nice. And one of the students is like, when I looked at him, I knew immediately that he is Chinese, but I didn't talk to him first because like we have a lot of work to do at the beginning, and then he was also doing some kind of assignment for the course that he and the other 5th year medical students were doing. But on the last day, they were almost done. They were just waiting for a doctor to assign the like paperwork that need to be signed. And so I was like saying to him, 你说中文吗? Which translates to, do you speak Chinese? And then we struck up a conversation, and it's actually quite interesting because he came to Germany when he was only 10 years old. His dad basically studied medicine in China, and he came to Germany and studied medicine all over again. And then when he finished, he brought his son and wife to Germany. And when I looked at this kid at the beginning, like, it's not really a kid, it's 2 years younger or something, but I just got this feeling that this person is so hardworking, and there's this vibe that I don't know how to express in English, but you know how sometimes, since you are the only foreigner or whatever, that you're the only person who has another skin color or some type of different features, then you try to fit in, then you try to be very, very friendly and even overly so that people would accept you. And at the beginning I got these vibes from him, which is totally not my vibe. Like, not like I dislike it, it's just I feel kind of sad that they have to try so hard, but sometimes, like, it's kind of what you need to do to survive, I guess. And then, as he told me later, he said that he went to school basically at the border between Germany and Czech. Is it how to say it in English? And anyways, he was like the only foreign kid in his whole grade or something like that. And I was like, yo, Jack, my suspicion, like, not suspicion, but like my expectations kind of right. But turned out he's actually quite nice. And he also said that he decided, or he was thinking of maybe going back to China. And I was like, wow, okay, you are here since you're 10 and you still want to go back. And we talk about a lot of things that are also like topics that, you know, just when every time when foreigners meet together, we would talk about, you know, our thoughts, how we find the life here and stuff like that. Yeah, so that was what happened when on Friday, yes. So on Saturday, which, like, I was thinking, should I tell this, should I not tell this, I don't know. But anyways, yesterday I went on a very great date, which is so surprising to say, because till now my experience was always like, it is especially difficult for me to usually would need a very long time to really fall for somebody. And so their concept of, just going on a date with somebody that I chatted with previously on an app usually just does not work out. It's not, which I have to say, like, surprisingly, I've never had this situation where people would have like fake photos, or they do not like how they look like in the pictures. Actually, a lot of times the guys even look better than on the pictures. Okay, I have to say there were two situations where they did not look that good, but that was partially because one of them had a mask on, and another guy only has a shot from far away. And actually there is another guy. Okay, now it sounds like I go on a lot of days, but remember that those are the records from the past 7 years. Okay, so it's not like they're all from last 3 months or something. And yeah, so there were cases that they do not look good in real life. But anyways, what I wanted to say was, like, usually like a lot of them would ask for a second date that I usually just politely declined, because it's so hard for me to feel the connection in that type of situation. And I talked with my friends. We all think that first of all, with dating apps, the looks are obviously the first thing you decide if you would swipe right or left, right. And so it's based a lot on how you look like, on your basic physics and stuff like that. Whereas in real life, obviously, like, physical attraction is also very important. However, if a person is very funny, if he really cares about you, a lot of other factors just come in that can change your opinion, and you can still, form a connection with someone that you might not find attractive if you just meet him once. So I was not having my hopes very high yesterday, although I have to say I had very good vibes from this person from the very beginning, because like, he knows quite a bit about Chinese culture. And when I told him where I was from in China, and he was like, oh, so the name of your city means this and this, right? And I was like, oh, okay, I'm looking impressed that you know that, because usually other guys don't even know where this city is, although it is my home city is really, really big. I come from a city with over 9 million residents. So we met at a Japanese restaurant, and we both had some ramen, and then we went to a cafe, which was also really nice. We just both had coffee and shared apple crumble cake. And the cafe was pretty loud. It was a really popular one, I guess, and there were two girls sitting next to us. Like, one of them looks Asian and another one looks European, and I think they were like doing some type of language exchange, so they were sometimes speaking Japanese and sometimes in English, which is kind of cool. And people around us were just talking in Japanese, Korean, Chinese, English, German all at the same time, and it was pretty hard to focus. And the weather was pretty bad, so we also just went on a very short walk, and then we went to a boba place so we went to the boba place, which is very kind of him because he actually told me that in his culture, him and his friends would usually go to bars, like not to that many parties, but in their culture they go to bars pretty often. But I was like, sorry, with us in our culture, we do not like to go out that late, because if you go out and stay up till 2 or 3 in the morning, then in the next day you also lose almost a whole morning at least, and in the morning I'm the most productive, so I don't like that. So he really just take that into consideration, and we talked in the boba place till 9, and we took the subway back. And we were talking about some TV shows, and I didn't watch many TV shows in the past because I feel like sometimes with really good TV shows, it took too much out of me, and I don't want to get so emotional. But yeah, anyways, the date was pretty good, so that was what happened yesterday. And today I had a very productive day. I studied for about 5 hours today. I did something for my Staatsexamen, I did something for my doctorate thesis, and I also did something for my readings, like just reading non-medical books, and I even got to study French for half an hour for the first time in a month, and I talked to my parents. But also means that I'm quite tired right now, but the party seemed to still going very strong, so I guess I would try to end this video and edit it and upload, and hopefully I would not regret this to share this information though, so you will see. But then again, I also feel like there's nothing to feel ashamed of. Even if it doesn't work out, then it's